You love your cat more than anything in the world. You buy the absolute best food on the market, you invest in the softest plush beds, and you give them all the physical affection you can possibly muster. You try so hard to give them a perfect life. But what if I told you there are things your cat is quietly craving every single day that most owners never even think to do? Or worse, what if there are behaviours they are displaying right in front of you that we as humans completely misunderstand? Think about the nighttime. When you wake up in the dead of the night and see those glowing eyes staring right at your face from the edge of the bed, it can feel a little unsettling. It feels weird, almost intrusive. But there is a deeply rooted, ancient biological reason they do this, and once you understand the science behind it, it will completely transform how you see your feline friend forever. Today, we're going to unlock exactly what is going on in that brilliant little predator's mind. I promise you, by the time we finish our conversation today, your bond with your cat will be deeper, richer, and more profound than you ever thought possible. But before we get to the exact, deeply emotional reason they watch you while you sleep, there are a few other midnight mysteries we absolutely need to solve first. These are the behaviours that happen right before bed or during the night that leave us scratching our heads. And honestly, if the first few things on this list surprise you, just wait until you hear the final thing, because the reality behind their nighttime staring is the one thing almost every single cat owner gets completely wrong. Number 1 is the classic chaotic phenomenon of midnight zoomies. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You're just drifting off to sleep, your eyes are heavy, and suddenly it sounds like a literal herd of tiny wild horses is galloping across your living room floor at top speed. They bounce off the couch, scale the cat tree, and tear down the hallway. Most owners just groan in frustration, pull the heavy covers over their heads, and maybe even yell at their cat to settle down and go to sleep. We tend to think they are just being annoying, acting out, or maybe that they just slept too much during the day and are trying to irritate us. But scientifically speaking, this is a massive surge of pent-up predatory energy that they simply cannot control. Cats are crepuscular creatures, which means their natural hunting instincts absolutely peak at dawn and dusk. In the wild, the twilight hours are exactly when they would be stalking, sprinting, and taking down prey to survive. When our modern cats are confined inside our safe homes without a proper outlet for that ancient drive, that instinct literally explodes into frantic running. The absolute biggest mistake you can make is ignoring this behaviour or punishing them for it. They are not misbehaving, they are following a biological imperative. Instead of getting mad, you need to deliberately sync with their biological clock. Give them a high-intensity play session with a Feather One toy right before your own bedtime. Make them run, make them jump, let them finally catch the toy to satisfy the kill instinct, and then immediately feed them a small protein-rich meal. This exact sequence mimics the hunt, catch, kill, and eat cycle of their wild ancestors. It triggers a chemical release in their brain that tells them the hunt is over, allowing them to groom themselves and finally settle down for a long, peaceful sleep right alongside you. The second thing is when your cat needs your blankets, or sometimes your bare arm or chest, right before you both go to sleep. We call it making biscuits, and it is undeniably adorable. But a lot of well-meaning owners make the mistake of pushing the cat away when those sharp little claws come out and it starts to physically hurt. Or we just assume the cat is simply trying to fluff up the bed to make a softer spot, to lie down, much like a dog circles a rug. While they are indeed making a comfortable spot, the neurobiology goes so much deeper than just fluffing a pillow. This rhythmic behaviour traces straight back to their earliest days of kittenhood, when they would desperately knead their mother's belly to stimulate the flow of milk. It is a profound instinctual display of supreme comfort and a psychological regression to a state of ultimate safety and warmth. When they do this to you, they are literally claiming you as their surrogate mother. They also have scent glands in their paw pads, so every time they push down, they are marking you with their unique pheromones, saying to the world that you belong to them. When you shove them away forcefully because of a sharp claw prick, you are essentially rejecting a massive, deeply vulnerable display of their love. The solution here is not to just suffer in silence and let your skin get scratched. Simply keep a thick designated fleece sleep, blanket right nearby on the bed. When they start to purr and knead, gently and calmly slip that thick blanket under their paws so they can finish their deeply soothing emotional ritual without hurting you, preserving that incredible foundation of emotional trust. Moving on to number 3 in just a moment, but I want to take a quick second to say something important. If you are learning something entirely new about your cat right now, and if this is changing how you view their behaviour, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to help us reach more dedicated owners who want to truly understand their pets. Building a community of educated, empathetic pet parents makes a huge difference in the lives of these incredible animals, and we genuinely love having you here as part of this journey. Number 3 is all about the little gifts they leave you by your bed while you're resting. Maybe you wake up to find a drool-covered toy mouse, a stolen hair tie, or if your cat has access to the outdoors, something a little more biologically realistic and gruesome. Most owners are completely grossed out by this. They immediately pick the item up with 2 fingers and throw it straight into the trash can, while the cat is sitting right there watching, often scolding the cat for making a dirty mess on the floor. This reaction is absolutely crushing to a cat's psyche. In their brilliant minds, they are operating on a strict spatial hierarchy and a deep sense of family duty. In a feral colony, confident cats bring food back to the safe core territory to share with the family unit. They specifically bring these catches to members they view as either beloved but totally incompetent hunters who need help surviving, or to the revered leader of the family. You are their family, they love you, and they are actively trying to provide for you. Throwing their hard-earned catch away in front of their face is a harsh, confusing rejection of their vital contribution to the household. To build absolute, unbreakable trust with your cat, you need to acknowledge the gift properly, praise them softly, tell them they did such a good job and give them a gentle pet. Then simply wait until they lose interest and leave the room to dispose of the item or put the soggy toy back in the toy box. Validate their incredibly sweet instinct before you worry about cleaning up the mess. Number 4 brings us even closer to the pillow. It is when your cat insists on sleeping directly on top of your head, across your neck, or right pressed up against your face. It can feel incredibly suffocating, and the most common human reaction is to continually, gently, toss them down to the foot of the bed just so you can breathe freely. We assume they just want to be annoying, or that they are simply using us as a giant radiator to steal our body heat. While warmth is definitely a factor, the real driving psychological force here is scent and total security. The top of your head and your face are where your personal scent is most heavily concentrated. In the complex olfactory world of felines, commingling scents is the absolute ultimate sign of pack integration and family bonding. They are actively trying to bathe themselves in your unique scent to feel secure while they are unconscious, which is inherently their most vulnerable state of being. Continually tossing them away physically breaks that vital security loop. If you really cannot sleep with a furry body draped over your face, the most effective solution is strategic scent transfer. Take a soft t-shirt that you have worn all day long and place it directly into a heated cat bed right next to your pillow. You give them the comforting heat they crave and the highly concentrated scent of their favourite person, allowing them to feel entirely secure and bonded while finally giving you your much-needed personal sleeping space back. And now we arrive at the final thing on our list, the exact profound reason your cat stares at you while you sleep. Picture it. You wake up, it is 3 a.m, the room is pitch dark, and there is your cat, sitting heavily on your chest or looming right next to your pillow, eyes wide open, just silently watching your face. It feels exactly like a scene from a horror movie. Most owners get completely freaked out by this. They instantly assume the cat is quietly plotting their demise, or they think the cat is just starving and trying to wake them up through sheer, intense willpower. So exhausted owners will either pull the blankets up over their eyes to hide, or they will sigh, get out of bed, and go fill the food bowl just to make the creepy staring stop. But reacting that way completely misses the incredibly touching, beautiful reality of what is actually happening in the dark. Biologically speaking, cats exist in a delicate balance. They are fierce predators, but their small size means they are also prey to larger animals. In the harsh reality of the wild, falling asleep is incredibly dangerous. When a deeply bonded pair of cats, or a tight-knit family unit goes to sleep, they will very often take turns staying awake to keep watch over the others. They are actively guarding the safe core territory. When your domestic cat is sitting there staring at you while you sleep, they are not plotting against you. They are actively watching over you. They notice that you are unconscious, which means they know you are completely vulnerable to unseen predators. Because they love you so deeply, and view you as the absolute center of their entire universe. They have voluntarily taken up the night watch to make sure absolutely nothing hurts you while you rest. It is the ultimate, most selfless display of loyalty and love a cat can offer. So the very next time you wake up to those big glowing eyes staring down at you in the dark, do not be afraid. Do not shoo them away or get up to feed them. Just look back at them, blink your eyes very slowly to communicate that you feel safe. Whisper a soft thank you into the dark and go peacefully back to sleep, knowing that you are being fiercely protected by the most loving little guardian in the entire world.